All right, let's begin. Welcome back to the PNC Lads podcast. Every week we do these things, don't we? Every week, and you boys and girls just keep tuning in, and we do love you for it. Hope you're doing well. It's currently Monday, and
Mondays are for the boys, bro.
Mondays are for the boys. It's the start of a good week, isn't it? You're about to have a productive week.
Well, that's a hypothetical. How would you know if it's the start of a good week?
What if create that shit?
What if half your family members all drop dead?
It's a possibility, but one that I don't like to hopefully put out there.
Then you would say next Monday you would say it wasn't such a good
What
week.
if you hated your family?
Yeah, well.
What if your family were serial killers and deserved it?
They don't deserve it just because they're serial killers.
No?
No.
I was about to say something, but I won't. Anyway, welcome back. We appreciate you coming in. We've had a pretty...
Should check the levels.
Evan's checking the levels.
The levels are fine.
I've just readjusted my voice into your ears.
Avicii.
It's crazy. But I thought we could do this. I did it with with someone on the weekend, and it's something that I heard on a podcast. It's called The Question Game. And this is a great way to really see who's good at conversing with one another, because there's a lot of people out there. Say, for example,
I think I've seen this.
You're speaking to people and whatnot, and I say, how was your day? And you say, yeah, it was great. That's you indicating to me that the conversation's over.
Yep. I do that.
No one likes that.
I always hit yeah, it was all right.
Yeah, but you do it to people, obviously, who don't. Yeah, exactly. You're trying a little wag off. But if you're in a social setting,
yep,
where you're conversing with people, and we've experienced this before. I remember a very distinct moment when we were speaking to some girls in our friends group back in the day, and it was like pulling teeth, bro.
Yeah,
it was like pulling teeth, just like kind of like that little thing that you just gave me there. Yeah, like you just wouldn't get a lot back.
No, I feel like I don't know. Conversations are funny because sometimes you just have a really shit one, and then other times you have really good ones. Some people are very good at conversing. My mum and dad had one of their friends come over here, and I'd never met this chick before. Well, maybe when I was like fucking 4, but it'd been a long time. I was having a great yarn, bro, for like 10 minutes. I literally said to my dad, I was like, she can fucking talk, eh?
Yeah. It's really, really surprising and just nice when it just ends up being effortless talking to someone, hey?
Yeah. And when it's genuine, it's like, fuck.
Because I would say that, like, we're good at it. Some people are Ev's just dropped his phone for audio listeners. I would say we're good at it, quite good at it. Some people are absolutely exceptional, and they could literally get someone who was shy as shit to start talking.
Well, I feel like Rogan is like that. That bloke can just talk about anything to anyone, and even if he doesn't know much about something, he just can keep a conversation going because he'll just ask the right question, even if he knows nothing. Like, someone could be talking about photosynthesizing, he has no idea about it. He's like, oh, so what's your favorite plant?
Yeah, but he'll relate it to like something that's still surrounded by the topic, but something that he's knowledgeable about, which is cool.
Like, if you ever listen to Rogan talk, he'll literally talk, and like, say a 3-hour podcast, I reckon he talks like 30 minutes of it.
Yeah, and
he just lets the fucking expert just like go on a tangent.
Yeah. So I thought we could try this, and it's going to be a little bit harder because we're already having a conversation. But do you want to try it for 2 minutes?
Well, I don't actually know the rules very well.
Well, basically, so I asked you a question, and you have to answer my question, but you can't end you talking with a statement. It has to be another question that you end your like speech with.
Oh yeah, I faked this all day, bro.
Yeah, perfect. So I did this. I did this with my dad. I got home, I was like, oh, who wants to play a game? To my mum and dad, I was like, oh, and you have to say yes, like one of you. And my dad was like, fine, I'll do it. And it's really hard to like not start laughing, hey? Because my mum's like cracking up in the corner.
Well, the thing is, when you're like forced to ask another question that's not natural, you feel like you are playing a game. So then like you're not relating the question to anything.
The only problem is it tends to go down the route of the whoever goes second, just asking the same question back to the first person.
Yeah.
So
how was your day? How was your day?
Yeah. So we're going to have to try and play around with it. But I reckon we will start off in 10 seconds because then we can just go to 7 minutes.
Well, we can't exactly just be quiet.
No, we can't go quiet, but it's 3. Okay, I'm going to start, okay? G'day, Ev. How are you, mate?
That's so funny. No, I'm good, mate.
Yeah?
I feel like this week, I don't know. I want more shifts at work. Podcast was good. It's been, you know what's been good? Getting back from being sick.
Yeah.
You still sick?
I'm not sick, thankfully. I've eventually come around to it. And one thing that's really helped me, get out of my sickness is getting back into the routine and looking good and feeling good. One thing that comes with looking good is getting a haircut. And speaking in terms of haircuts, I really like what your barber has done with your fade. I know it's a little bit grown, but I can still see what he's done and I do respect it. Where do you get your haircut?
That's nice, mate.
Thanks.
No, I actually started getting a burst fade, which I don't know if anyone knows what a burst fade is or if you know what a burst fade is, but it's pretty much what you kind of get the same sort of thing, but you only get the front part. But it's like a full curve.
Yeah.
So he comes like, I don't know. He just said like, I was like, you do what you think's best. I usually just get this, keep the front. And then he just did his fucking thing. And I was like, wait, this is kind of the best haircut I've ever had.
Yeah.
But I haven't had a trim for a while. When was the last time you got a trim?
Well, I actually had a trim last week. And in my brain, it doesn't feel like I had a trim last week because,
It grows in 3 seconds.
It does grow in 3 seconds. And, if there's a certain event coming around that I'm anticipating or I feel like I need to look good for, I'll feel like the haircut last week wasn't enough.
Yeah.
Your hair's looking a bit grown right now. It still does look good. Is there anything in the horizon in terms of events, people you're seeing or something like that, which is going to make you get a haircut anytime soon?
See, this is the thing, and this is like not even part of the game, but getting a haircut. Bro, all I do is plan for events.
Yeah.
Now, when something comes out of the fucking horizon where I haven't planned for it, I'm fucked. It's like, for example, if Rambo or one of the boys message, hey, you guys want to go out it's early in the week now. It's like Monday.
Yeah.
I just had to check that it was Monday. But if this was like a Thursday and the boys are like, you guys want to go out tomorrow night? I'm thinking, fuck.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I do, but I got to somehow book a barber appointment. You can't just book a barber appointment, but
yeah. Well,
anyway.
By the way, we won the game.
Oh yeah.
None of us lost.
I feel like on the podcast, it's easy because we have to do that anyway.
Yeah.
Somewhat.
Yeah.
But no, it's a good game to play. I feel like if you want to get better at conversing, it's a good way to do it.
None of us lost. In terms of that thing, that's why that's one of the good aspects of seeing a barber who doesn't do appointments.
Yeah.
Because I can get seen very, very late notice.
There is benefits and negatives though. Like,
of course.
The other day, what was it? Before Bali, I think, when you and Zach both go to the same guy and they were closed on that day.
Unexpectedly.
And so then you're just like, fuck.
I was stressing.
And even worse is like if you got an event on the Saturday, it's popped up and you go into the walk-in and it's a Friday. Everyone knows barbers are notorious for fucking Fridays in the afternoon. You're going to be waiting at least fucking an hour, with how busy they get on a Friday arvo.
Well, I was gassed because just before Bali, when I went to go get my cut after it just been taken away from me, my usual place, I went to the very OG place, Mr. T, and I go there, and the guy sees me, the OG one, and I say, "G'day, mate. How are you?" And he says, "Yeah, good, mate. How are you?" I said, "Good." I sit down. Literally, not even lying, 20 seconds later, another guy tries to walk in, and he goes, "Sorry, mate. No more cuts for the day." And I said, "Oh, I respect you. I fucking respect you." He's let me in after not seeing me for years.
Yeah.
After not seeing me for years. He didn't end up cutting my hair, but another guy cut my hair, right? And he was like, "Bro, you look familiar." I was like, "Yeah, I used to come here back in the day a lot." And he goes, "Bro, I'm pretty sure I posted you on my Instagram." And he got up his Instagram, bro. It was a photo of me like 17 years old with one of the haircuts he gave me. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? And a tragic cut, by the way. Not from him, but like the style I was getting back in the day.
Dude, I look at old photos and shit and I'm like, dude, wow.
Yeah.
I used to have like really long but short hair. Like, it'd be probably that tall for anyone who's watching. I don't know, what's that, 10 centimeters of hair on the top of my head. And I would just like spike it up and then I'd push the fringe.
I liked your hair back in the day.
Yeah,
what? Do you hate the idea of like being long on the top these days?
Yeah, because I can't really do much with it.
What? I feel like you could.
Nah, because it's like, well, I could, but it's like the only way, when you have long hair, if your hair doesn't naturally stand up, then you're forced into a perm. Because if I have long hair, where's it going to go? Like, it doesn't stand up naturally. Like, it doesn't. Your hair sits like somewhat like that normally. My hair, when it's flat, is just like, it's just flat.
Yeah, okay.
So I look fucking, if I had long hair, I would have a fat ass perm.
I mean, you were making it work back in the day, though.
Nah, if I had that now, bro, it'd just be clowns, bro. Clowns.
What's it called? There was a girl, I was working with someone yesterday at work, and I don't know how we got through it. She was let's switch before and afters, like before you started the gym and then afters. And she was like, oh yeah, mine's 100% going to be worse than yours. I said,
yeah.
I said, you are so wrong. Because I had a photo, literally like 55 kilo Dill Buckley with long hair. She's like, you could have been a school shooter, mate.
No, literally. Like,
I said, bro, it doesn't get worse. But I said, she goes, even your face looks different. I said, yeah, well, usually people get better with age. Usually. Yeah. There's some people that peak early on and then just what the fuck happened. But usually you've aged like a fine wine.
Bro, 16 years old, bro. You don't even have fucking balls on your hair? Hair on your balls. Like, fucking, like you do, obviously. But it's like you don't have any facial hair. And like, when you can see a guy that like can grow facial hair, but they've shaved and it's got like the
stubble.
You can see, it looks like it's there. That's when you know, like, you can tell that that's like more manly. Like that's that's a man. Yeah. You know, when you look at a 15-year-old little boy who's growing a little fucking shit mo, like you're just thinking like, fuck, this guy's 15. You know.
Although it was after grand final day. Myself, Sakamano, yourself, and Maury went to one of Jared's neighbours' parties that happened after the grand final day. We were playing Pong, right? And unfortunately, we can't grow the lavish moustaches that some men can.
Yeah.
Right? But there was this guy there who was an A-grade fucking loser, bro. Like, Sakamano was close to swinging. And, bro, this guy's just laughing. Like, you could tell he was drunk as fuck.
Yeah.
But he was just laughing his head off, and he was like, "What are those moustaches?" And bro, we were just laughing at this guy, man. We're like, "Who do you think you are, bro?"
Yeah, literally.
But he was like 38, bro. Just doing, I don't know, just drunk on a random midweek, just cooked.
I mean,
it
was a grand final day.
It was grand final day, but I don't care. I was just thinking of any disrespectful way to
fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy. But footy season is just around the corner.
I was about to say, like, it's weird how quick the footy season comes back around. I mean, it feels like a month ago the grand final ended. It comes quick. I mean, to be fair, there's only like a 3-4 month off season.
It's come a lot quicker this year, in my opinion. I don't know why that is, but I'm not mad about it.
The season's starting way earlier this year, though.
Is it?
Well, they've got added opening round, which is a week before usually would start.
Yeah.
And then that means you've got your 2 pre-season games before. And I don't know if the intra-club games were ever as publicised as they have been this year, but I feel like every team's intra-club, like the Melbourne-Richmond intra-club, out like West Coast had their intra-club. I think Freo probably would have had their intra-club as well. I've seen so many of the intra-clubs which happened before pre-season. So it almost feels like the season started because of the intra-club games, where they're just playing like a scratchy between their teams.
Yeah.
But no, like the season literally starts. The first pre-season game is on Tuesday. Next week.
Yeah,
like that's the first pre-season. Like that's crazy.
When's opening round? March.
No, it's like. I think it's March 1st or something.
Yeah, so literally, it's the 19th.
Yeah, March 1st.
It's the 19th as we speak. So not long at all. Let us know if we should do our like tips again at the end of the. If we do them, we'll do them at the end of the episode. Yeah. Because we know not everyone is keen on them. So if you don't care for it, you can just tune out as we make it clear that we're about to do them. But in the next week or two, we will do our predictions, whether that be our team's predictions, like where Eagles are going to finish, where Freo's going to finish, and then maybe top 4.
Some girl asked actually, she said who she needs us to pick a team to support. I'll give you a team to support.
Where's she from?
I don't know, but regardless, go for What's a team that's like not going to win the flag but could in 5 years? That's who I feel like you should go for if you're not into a sport.
Yeah, I feel
if
like
you have no ties.
I feel like Adelaide wouldn't be a bad one.
Gold Coast, Adelaide.
Um,
Gold Coast isn't bad because people can never say like because they're such a new club. It's like I've been supporting Gold Coast since they came in. You know.
I mean, I really like the Giants. I do. I'm a big
but I feel
fan
like
of the
if
Giants.
Giants could win the flag this year, so like if you go,
You reckon?
Yeah, I reckon they can.
Yeah,
I reckon Tom Green will win the Brownlow.
Wow,
Get off the footy. Get off the footy.
That's massive. Yeah. I mean, I would say see if you have any family ties whatsoever.
Yeah.
Just see what you like about a certain club, really.
Just watch footy, and then maybe don't even pick a team this year. Just watch some games, and then you might fall in love with the club. Like you might be like, oh, I like purple. I'll go for Freo. Like whatever floats your boat, you know. Like,
Whatever fucking floats your boat, love. Just.
But no, if you don't want to be, don't be a bandwagoner. Don't pick fucking
Collingwood.
Don't go for Collingwood or like Brisbane. Like don't do that unless that's where your family's from or something. But otherwise, fuck that.
Yeah, it'd be a little bit tragic.
Speaking of professional sport and elite sport, the Super Bowl just occurred. Last week we were actually watching the Super Bowl and we just finished the halftime show, so we didn't actually know who'd won yet.
Oh yeah.
But the Chiefs won it. Mahomes probably going to be the GOAT quarterback of all time by the time it's all said and done. Yep. He's won 3 now, bro, which is
impressive.
Nuts. 2 in a row. They're going for the three-peat, first time ever in NFL history.
How old does that guy?
27, 26. Yeah, it's fucked. But you know what goes along with the Chiefs is Taylor Swift, and you know she's in Australia at the moment. She just finished her Melbourne shows, I believe. She just did the 3 of them. 3 sold out, 94,000 fucking at the MCG, biggest show she's ever done ever in history.
You know what was sad about that? I mean, I'm sure it would have looked good in her POV, but where I saw the POVs, there was so much empty space. And I know it's for safety reasons. Like, so where she was performing at the back, there was no one there, obviously because of the screen.
No, but you can't see as well. So
yeah,
that's why
you can't see. But then, like, bro, they've got so much empty space at the back on the mosh pit, on the ground, just so people can obviously, like,
their
leave
walkways
if
for
they need
security
space.
too.
Yeah. It was just like, I don't know, white was like the wrong color. They should have like put black as the floor, like made it look more packed. But yeah, 96,000, and it still looks like they could have fit a lot more in. Bro. People were actually salty because they're like, looks fucking empty. You could have fucking got tickets.
People are idiots, though, bro. Like,
yeah, they don't understand.
And say you get Travis Scott fucking situations where people just start dying,
getting trampled, bro.
But no, so she sold out 3 shows in Melbourne, and then she's done 4 shows sold out in Sydney, back to back nights. Like, that's fucked. I don't know if she's doing other shows in Adelaide. She didn't come to Perth, which is a bit of a shame for the Perth folk.
I mean, especially in terms of what they had to cough up, it's crazy.
Yeah, they all flew over to Melbourne for it. But
people have literally been saying like the whole trip's cost them like 10K.
Yeah.
Between flights, tickets, and accommodation, 10K. I think that's like not even exaggerating.
From what I've seen though, like everyone who went and has like paid that money, they all said like it was so worth it. Well, so that's always good.
That's what I want to ask you. Is there an artist out there who can make you pay that much?
No.
There's not.
I don't think so.
No.
Like
10 grand, like
Taylor Swift stans, I'll call them. Like they are insane. I don't think there's a single other artist or personality on the planet that has the cult following that Taylor Swift has. Bro, her so I'm pretty sure I'm going to butcher the stats, but for the Super Bowl, just with her being a part of it, she's made the Super Bowl. She made the NFL like something like $400 million just from her being there because all the 50% of the viewers were women this year for the Super Bowl, first time ever, because they're all watching the Chiefs because they want to see her on the screen. Like, so she's created fucking economies, bro, in small cities for like just her being there. Yeah, her fans are insane, and like people hate on her, and I kind of get annoyed when people hate on her for no reason. They're like, "Oh, she sings sad love songs." I'm like, So
does a lot of artists.
She's a musician, bro.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want her to write about? Fucking fake shit.
I mean, if someone can create that many fucking bangers and just like, I mean, she's in her 30s now, bro, and she started when she was literally like 17. Like, I literally remember when like Love Story came out and she was just so like small.
Yeah.
Like, who would have thought she would have? I mean, it went massive. But who would have thought she'd be where she is now after that? Like, it's fucking...
Yeah.
Her career has just been absolutely wild. And you can dislike her, of course, but to just be a full-blown hater, I just can't understand it.
Bro, I'm pretty sure it's the first ever music tour that's grossed over $1 billion in sales.
Yeah, I understand.
Which is that's fucked.
I understand some of the NFL fans' point of view because it's like their sport, like being surrounded and like the spotlight being taken to an artist because she's dating one of the players. Like, no one gives a fuck.
In saying that though, why is that her fault?
It's not her fault, but someone has to cop the blame in that situation.
Why though? Blame the NFL, blame the sport you love.
Because it just is, bro. I mean, they are blaming it. It's like they're saying, fuck Taylor Swift, no one cares. Why the fuck are you showing her, basically? So they're kind of attacking both. And I do understand it because, bro, imagine you're watching the Eagles and you keep seeing fucking Jimby's misses every fucking, every cut scene between a goal.
I know for a fact I wouldn't be annoyed at her. I'd be like, why? Like, I'd literally, if I was ever going to leave a comment or say anything, I'd be like, can the AFL fucking stop showing this dumb fucking bitch? Like, I guess that is coming at her. But I would just be like, no one cares. AFL, it's like your fault. Like, all she's doing is showing up to the game. If anything, she's trying not to be in the spotlight because she's just showing up to support her boyfriend.
That's what I'm saying. You can't really direct the hate that they're feeling solely to one side of it. Like, she's going to be in the firing line just because it's about her still. Yeah. So that's why she's copying it. But yeah, in terms of her shows, I mean, our friend Jared said it, like, it was actually cost effective to go, and it was doable for the average Joe. Fuck, what a show it would have been to go to.
Bro, it's kind of funny. I was watching like some of the videos and shit of it, and I was like, fuck, I actually would like to go to that show. It would actually be good. I know like so much of her music, plus she's an insanely good singer. It reminds me of that feeling of like when I wanted to go to Bieber in 2015, but I didn't because I was like, oh, it's like if you're a guy and you go to that show, like you're a bit of a weirdo. That's like the type of feeling I got back then. I feel like it would be the same thing with this. If you were a guy, like a normal guy, and you just went to a Taylor Swift concert surrounded by 90 other thousand women, like...
There are a lot of guys there though, bro.
There are, yeah. I saw a lot of boyfriends went. That's why I remember when Bieber went in 2015, it was like a blessing if you had a missus. Hey, baby, like, oh, I got you tickets to Justin Bieber. Like, this is all for you. Nothing for me. And then I'm fucking screaming sorry at the top of my lungs.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's still one of my biggest regrets to this day is not seeing Bieber because Garrix was playing as the opener, which is...
That's fucked.
Insane in itself.
That's fucked, bro. Like, the fact that Garrix hasn't been to, like, Perth ever and then comes for that and that's it.
And then hasn't been back.
I know, bro.
Hasn't fucking been back.
It's an absolute disaster.
But there's some artists out there who are, even if you're not fans of them, you can go to their show and you'll be pleased. I remember you said that about Samuel Smith back in the day.
Yeah, I went with my auntie, free tickets. That shit was godlike. Now he's demon-like. But
yes.
Speaking of Martin Garrix, the Ibiza, probably the biggest club in Ibiza. It's like I don't know how to say it. It's like Ushuaia, fucking hell, I don't know how you say it. But their residencies. So residency means like each night. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Each day has a different headline artist at this club. Bro, these are the artists that are there for like in Ibiza. You got Calvin Harris, Martin Garrix, Dimitri Vegas, and Like Mike, Armin van Buuren, and then like they're the four that I've seen. So imagine those as like just your casual residency down the road, like Metro's free. Oh yeah, Martin Garrix is there on a Thursday. Like it's
fucked, bro.
Like it makes me excited for when I do go because like
of course, like it's gonna be the time of our lives. My cousin Tom sent me a Snapchat. He went to Europe last year. And he was like, bro, I've just, for the first time, looked at...
his old Ultra videos?
At videos of him at Ultra, and he said he just couldn't do it, bro.
Yeah.
Like, he just couldn't do it because it made him feel some type of way. And it's true. It's like, I've been thinking about clubbing in Bali and what we experience, and... Unfortunately, this place, Perth, is never going to give me that feel.
No.
And it's because when you're on holiday, like Bali is a holiday destination. And what do you do on holiday? you swim, you eat food, and you drink piss, and you party.
Yeah.
When you're here, no one wants to do that.
Well, that's the thing with Bali is because everyone there's a tourist. So on a Monday, no one has anything else to do but go out.
Yeah, and the perfect thing is that you get people your age there. We're not old, but if you go out in Perth, it's only going to be 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds. Like that's the only thing you're going to see, and you can tell. Jared was telling me he went to the casino after his sister's birthday, and he said it was fucking just ratty, bro.
Yeah.
And
bring back classy Cass, bro.
Yeah, we have to dress up, and it's like you can't just rock up in fucking TNs and shit.
Dude, when our parents went, you had to be in a suit, and women had to be in like a dress, and you had to have heels on. Like that was the fucking status. Like you couldn't go if you weren't wearing heels and a dress, and you weren't wearing a suit. And then now, like for our fucking generation, when we were 18, they were still somewhat strict. You couldn't have like ripped shorts, ripped pants. You couldn't have shorts at all. You had to have long pants on.
Yeah.
Somewhat decent shoes, and like you had to look decent, right? Like probably smart casual. And then now they didn't give a fuck, bro. Yeah. You got hoodies on, all good. You got fucking slides on, all good. Like
I really don't like the casino. Like my mum and dad will ask me, "Oh, you want to come with?" And I'm like, "No." "Oh, you can go sit at the sports bar." Don't care. Yeah. The drinks at the casino are fucking disgustingly priced. 1, 2. I don't like gambling. I'm not a gambler. Like it doesn't excite me at all. And 3, the places where you can get a drink and dance is severely average.
Yeah, it's terrible.
And like they've just allowed anyone to go in there, like you just said. And it's just not, for me personally. Some people love it. For me personally, I couldn't think of a worse place to be.
Yeah,
I could easily go my whole life without not going to Perth Casino ever again.
Yeah, if you don't like gambling, then there's zero. Like for me, I haven't gambled for a long time now. Like the last time was like when we were in Melbourne, and I deleted all the apps because I was just like, I'm just throwing away like $30-40, and I did that before we went to Melbourne. I re-downloaded it when we got in Melbourne.
Yeah. Couldn't say no to Gex guarantees.
Yeah, it's just like
that was fun with the boys.
It's just fun when you're doing it, and I might re-download them this year. Like for the footy season, and just start with like $100 at the start of the year, and then if I lose it again, I'll just delete the apps. That's the problem, is when you just like you keep putting more money in, and you don't have the fucking switch to delete the apps. Like, because once you delete the apps, I promise you, give it a week, bro, you don't even think about it, because it's like everything on these fucking phones. If something's easy and accessible, you're just gonna use it, bro. Instagram. If you didn't, people say I want to give up social media. I promise you, if you deleted every single app off your phone, like you didn't have any of them on your phone, I guarantee you would stop using social media easily within a week.
Right, I said it literally, it was either the last episode or the episode before. I didn't even delete TikTok. I just removed it from my home screen. I have stopped using it so much.
Yeah.
Just because the queue isn't there. The queue is me seeing the app. I don't see the app anymore.
Well, how many times do you just get your phone?
So therefore I don't get triggered.
When you're doing nothing. You're literally doing nothing. You're bored as fuck. So you just go, open your phone, open Instagram, check DMs, nothing there, get off that. Go to TikTok, scroll a couple times, get off that, bored. Go to Snapchat, fucking bored. Then you go to Facebook, and then you just do the cycle until you go on Twitter, and then you stumble onto something for half an hour.
Yeah.
I do that shit so much. And it's the same thing with gambling. I would just be like, oh, I'm bored. Fuck it, I'm going to just chuck a bet on a horse.
Yeah.
And then it's like, why?
Yeah, well, even that's the thing. Even like since I've removed TikTok from the home screen, I still go on it every now and then. Nowhere near as much. But even when I do go on it now, I'm on it for far less time. Because my brain's switched. I'm now thinking like, I don't need to keep scrolling. Like I've actually stopped doing that. I can just have a couple scrolls, maybe look at what other people have sent me, like in terms of friends, and then just hop off.
TikTok's a little bit dead now. I can't even lie. I feel like maybe it's just my For You page, but it's just, when I even go on, I'm kind of like bored. Like none of the videos are funny. There's not like hella Jack Joseph videos where it's just like that type of peak comedy. It's just, I'm just like, what am I even watching?
Instagram Reels, bro. Instagram Reels is like,
really got it or no.
They're literally like the dark humor shit. Like, I thought Instagram was like real fucking PG. You can get some hell dark humor shit on Instagram Reels. It's pretty crazy. So if you just scroll, and I don't know what it is. I barely like anything on there as well, but it just shows me what I want to see, boys.
We're going to go to this Dom Dollar thing, by the way.
Yeah.
Because pre-sale tickets go out today at...
I can only imagine, like, the viewing there.
They just went out, I think. It's $139.
A lot better than a lot of festivals. I just hope it's better than Fisher.
I don't know if it's a festival.
An event, if you may call it.
No, I don't. Like, well, there's no other... I don't know if it's just...
I'm pretty sure he's got other DJs there.
I hope so. Fucking hell.
Yeah. What are your... Oh, firstly, right now I'm in the stage at the gym where nothing's really getting me hyped anymore.
Oh, yeah. I've been in that fucking phase of fucking year, bro.
So, but the...
Bored.
So I'm going to the gym, right? And I'm actually not even going on SoundCloud anymore, which is crazy. Like I'm immune to it. It's all just normal shit to me now, which is annoying. I just been listening to a lot of grime at the moment, but it's just like stuff that's just keeping me ticking along. It's allowing me to tick along at the gym. I'm still having really great workouts, but
You're talking about music here or
music, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's like I don't have those songs that were fucking, I'd just seen red, bro. And are like really sending me to a dark place.
Yeah. No, you just, bro, I feel like, I don't know, I love just discovering music. So I just sit on SoundCloud on Discovery fucking page and just start like, I skip to drops, next, skip to the drops.
That's the thing, like hardstyle right now, doing nothing for me.
I'm in this hardstyle. I just go through phases, bro. Sometimes I listen to Afro House in the gym.
That's the thing. I don't like the phase I'm in right now.
Yeah.
I don't like the phase
I definitely get in that all the time.
And you can't take yourself out of the phase. You have to let it take its course.
Yeah, you have to. It's actually kind of funny you say it like that. But yeah, it's true. I mean, you go through a fucking... Where you got no new music and shit, you're just like, fuck, man.
Because it's funny because it can just change in the span of a couple of days.
Oh, yeah. I tend to like, if I get into that, I'll just go to an old mix. Like an old DJ mix. Someone who's like done... So, I don't know, like a Dom Dollar set, and I'll just play like an hour Dom Dollar set because I don't have to skip and try and find new songs. It's just like, it'll be all right. It'll get me through it.
Yeah. Speaking of music, let's do the Spotify playlist before we get into the next topic. Whilst we're doing this, if you haven't left a review on Spotify or Apple, please do. Yeah, just tap the 5-star button, please.
Yeah, don't be a dog, bro. Just
don't be a dog.
Just fucking do it, man.
How about a brother, eh? And like it if you're watching on YouTube and whatnot.
Like it.
We do appreciate you. My Spotify's kind of glitching right now, but it's fine. Do you have a song for me?
Yeah.
Baby. My first one's going to be Man on a Mission by A1J1SL. It's a sad one, but it's a fucking good one.
Mine is Somebody by Fisher.
Somebody.
And then Shiver by John Summit.
Somebody by Fish. To the fish. And then what was the other one, sorry?
Shiver by John Summit.
Shiver by John...
Shiver me fucking timbers.
There it is. Okay, and then my PNC Lads Weekly song. That is the name of the playlist, by the way, PNC Lads Weekly. My second song is going to be Cold Shoulder by Central C. I've actually been getting into Central weirdly, hey?
Central. No, he's a good lyricist.
Yeah.
Man's got that lyrics.
I was kind of a bit of a hater just because I didn't really like his music. But like with the gym, I've been listening to like grime and it's been hitting the spot. I can't lie. It's been hitting the spot, which is good. I
can't vibe rap and fucking hip hop and shit in the gym. It just doesn't get me going.
What's your opinion on seasonal partners? Getting a partner for a specific season, specific holiday?
You mean like an actual girlfriend?
Well, people out there do this, Ev. So
they say like you got like cuffing season and shit, but I don't think it's like one of those things where you're like, I want a girlfriend for 3 months. I think
no, it's literally a thing, bro.
I don't think people go out of their way to like.
No, they do.
They're like, I'm going to break up in 3 months.
They do. Really? Well, so like for example, as winter approaches, they're thinking, okay.
Yeah, it's cuffing season now.
It's a little bit cold out there. I'm probably not going to go out too much. What happens when I don't go out too much and I spend a little bit more time at home? I might get a little blankie out. I might snuggle. I might watch a movie. I might really binge into a season or a series.
Yeah, it's cuffing season. You know, this is a season for birds.
yeah, I'd love to do that with someone else as well.
But I don't think that like when you say it's cuffing season, I'm looking for a bird. I think it's like satire, the way you like it's satirical. I don't know the word, but it's like a joke where you're like, oh yeah, well when summer comes, it's done.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people go into it with that mindset. Just like nothing too serious. You're here for a short time.
I mean, maybe
we're here to keep each other company.
I don't do that.
No.
I don't think I could do that because I would get attached.
Yeah, exactly right.
And I think if anyone thinks they can, I think they're capping.
I think there are people that can.
If you can have a girlfriend for like I'm talking like not a fuck buddy, like an actual girlfriend for 3 months
for winter,
and then nothing else, then you're either a sociopath, psychopath, or you just fucking like I can't say that word.
I think they're sociopaths.
You have to be because how could you possibly have an actual girl? Like I'm not talking about a little fling. I'm talking about a girlfriend.
They go into those Sunday roast dinners with the family.
Yeah, like
hi, this is Teresa.
Yeah. You've snuggled my dog like while having a conversation with my mum in the kitchen. Like.
That first day of spring, you go to that family event. Where's Teresa? Who?
Oh yeah, no. What do you mean it's spring? Imagine that. Like they're like, oh,
sorry, don't you see the sun
Teresa?
outside?
And you're like, what do you mean it's spring?
Yeah,
they're like, what? Like you're like, what do you mean what? Like,
I've started sneezing, sweetheart. Hay fever season. That means sun's out, guns out.
It's spring.
It is spring. If you are one of those people, please do let us know because I actually do think it's a thing.
I think like there'd be some people that do it. I don't know if people like.
I don't think it's a common thing.
I think it's just a joke where we're like I'll be like, oh, it's cuffing season. Fuck yeah, like got to find a girlfriend. And then you find a girlfriend, you end up with 3 kids in fucking 10 years, you know? I feel like that's what ends up happening.
Next thing you know.
What's the highest birth rate month?
What?
The highest birth rate month. Because whatever it is, highest...
I'm pretty sure like February and March is usually a good fucking month.
Well, you fucked 9 months ago, right? So the highest birth... September. Yes, everyone fucking... Oh, wait, I should probably do Australia.
So if someone's being birthed in September, that's the 9th month of the year.
Yeah, so they're fucking in Jan.
Yeah.
Which is New Year. So New Year's fucks. Everyone's fucking on New Year, bro.
People aren't wrapping up on New Year's Eve.
Apparently September's the most... Same thing here. So everyone's just fucking in...
My brother was born in September.
There you go. I know one other person who's born in September. I feel like everyone just be fucking for New Year's Eve then, bro.
I actually know, in terms of months that people have been born in, January is the most common month for the people that I know.
By a fucking mile too for me. I got like 10 family members that have January birthdays.
Same, bro. It's like those family events, we got like 17 different cakes, bro. And people are like, should we sing them all individually? Fuck no.
So that is the fucking, that's end of cuffing season, the final route. That's like April, May. No, April for Jan. Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
So everyone's fucking in April. Easter. Everyone's having those Easter roots, bro. Chocolate's getting fucking... Oh, everyone's feeling good.
That's going to be a dangerous period.
You see that shit in the shops already?
No. We weren't here for Easter last year.
We weren't. We were in Melbourne at this time last year.
You know, I actually saw a year ago on Snapchat, we met Mike Malak.
Wow.
That's crazy.
A year.
And he said, if you haven't subscribed to PNC Lads, what the fuck's the hold up? Something like that.
Yeah.
I was like, I was so giddy.
What a G, bro. It's actually wild to think we lived in Melbourne for 6 months, like 6 months ago.
I do miss a lot of parts of that.
Same.
I do miss a lot of parts of that.
You know, one of the biggest things as well is like just being like not living at home. Like I love living at home in terms of like financial wise, but the living out of home and just feeling more like freedom, I guess.
You feel more like an adult.
Yeah, you feel more independent, I guess.
I miss the Melbourne nightlife. I miss the boys a lot. I miss there's a lot of things I miss about it, but then obviously I was missing a lot of things about this place. So
well, we can get into that, I guess, because someone actually asked us. They sent in. There was 2 different people that sent in, which is quite funny that they were somewhat on the same topic. But one of them said, sorry, I'm just pulling it up and I'm fucking delaying. He said, I spent 3 years in Perth during COVID and I fell in love with it. I moved back to Melbourne and now I hate Melbourne. And then someone else also said, what would you say is the biggest difference between Melbourne and Perth and where would you say is better?
I was actually speaking, just before we get into it, I was speaking to a girl as well who's from Melbourne, flight attendant, and I said, oh, do you like Perth? And she goes, yeah, I love it. So much quieter here.
Everyone who
I said, oh, is that what you're going for? Is it quieter?
Dude, everyone that, like, well, not everyone, but a lot of people I've heard who have lived in both or have even just been to Perth for a certain period of time, like Schofield, for example, from West Coast. He said, like, when they were talking about the Harley Reid stuff and him wanting to stay, he said, mate, once you come to Perth, you don't want to fucking leave because... And it's for the same reasons that I would have as to why I would say living in Perth, in terms of living-wise, is actually better. It's just better weather. The better people are way nicer, like in terms of more relaxed. Melbourne, it's a bigger city. Everyone's a bit more uptight, go. It's more New Yorker vibes.
Definitely depends who you are. Because some people like
everyone in Perth's laid back.
When it comes to, footy, people like Melbourne, Victoria, that's the hub.
Oh, yeah.
That is the hub. Yeah. So if you want to be in the limelight, like a lot of players in the AFL do.
I'm not even talking about that for that. I'm just talking about for us.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying like it's kind of similar as well because, there's a lot of people that look at Melbourne and say that's the place to be. That is the big place to be in terms of Australia. I want to be there.
For success, like for business success, I think Melbourne's looked at it like that. But it's the same as New York, bro. Like New York and Melbourne, from what I've heard, have a lot of comparisons in terms of personnel who live there. Mm-hmm. Because in Melbourne, it's like you go there to try to become successful. Like you go there to be different, and like that's where you go in Australia anyway. Whereas Perth, everyone here just, yeah, bro. It's more like that fucking typical Hawaiian, like when you think of America, like the Hawaiian fucking vibe where it's like, let's just go fucking surfing, dude, and go grab some brunch. Like that's pretty much what it is here. Like we just want to go to cafes, go for a fucking swim at the beach and lay in the sun.
Yeah.
Like we don't give that, nothing else matters. So if you want that laid back lifestyle and like you want the space to do that, less traffic, cheaper, and like Perth is unmatched. But
I think like if you're not from here, you obviously like love this place for a bit, but then a lot of people who are from here like, you just got fucking tunnel vision, bro, and you can't really see what this place has to offer, so therefore you want to escape. In terms of like settling down and retiring, try find a better place.
Yeah.
Can't really, in my opinion.
I just think it gets boring here. That's the only thing is like when with things to do, there's not a ton of things to do.
Yeah, I think they are improving though, like the government and stuff like that.
They're trying.
Like the mayor and shit like that. They try and do like these different like events and little pop-up things that give you stuff to do. Like if you wound back the clock 5-6 years ago, like those TikToks where you say, oh, what to do in Perth, or like date ideas for Perth, shit like that, and there's all different types of things.
Yeah.
Like it just wasn't the case that like if you were to go back in time. So
well, I think you can I feel like it's like any place in the world. When you live somewhere, you always want what you can't have. And after having lived in Melbourne, besides like, there's benefits to being in Melbourne, but in terms of just everyday living, Perth's better. But Melbourne is a lot more fun. If you had money in Melbourne, fucking hell, bro. Like, it'd be ridiculous. Like, if you were mega famous and rich and shit in Melbourne, like, you're just going out.
Bro,
if day bars.
If where we were living, if that was ours.
Yeah, it'd be fucked.
Like, because it was a fake reality that.
Yeah.
If that was our real reality, fuck. What a beautiful thing to have, because I loved where we were living. The house was amazing. It was drop dead fucking gorgeous. If you went to school around that area, you would have had a great education, great school. The gym we were staying at, me.
I miss that gym.
I miss that fucking gym a lot as well. And it was just, second fucking richest suburb in the most expensive suburb in Victoria. So no wonder it's going to be good, but I loved it.
To answer old man's question, I personally would prefer to be here, but also I think that's partly to do with the fact my family's here. If all my family and friends are in Melbourne, it could completely shift my whole fucking perspective. So
I was
subjective.
I went to the Freo training with Jamo, and then we got lunch after. We're actually speaking about this as well, because we're speaking about like him going to Melbourne potentially with like Mrs. blah 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 blah. And he was saying like, because I brought it up, I'm so close to my parents, and like if I was to just like, you never know how long your parents have got. And for example, if they've got 10 years left, you want to spend a fucking good chunk of that 10 years with them. So to up and leave when there's not a great amount of difference is like, it's a tough thing to put yourself through. And everyone's parents are different and everyone's relationship with their parents is different. So that's where you're going to have that different mindset. But I actually said that to my dad after I had that conversation. He was like, oh, mate, don't let me hold you back. He said, I would feel so guilty if you were like altering what you do and like you potentially going elsewhere for me. He's like, I wouldn't want that. And I'm like, yeah, but you can't really make that decision for me. Like, that's just the way I feel.
It's also like, I feel like every parent's going to say that, but like, it's like, bro, when we were in Melbourne, dude, like you could just tell like that your parents miss you.
Oh, yeah.
And then when you come back, everything just kind of goes back to just normal. And then it's like...
Distance makes the heart grow fonder, mate. It's
like,
a true statement.
Yeah, I feel like it's once again, it's like you want what you don't have every time.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck, we were even talking about just with summer and winter. I was like, oh, I'm fucking excited for like summer to fuck off and give it a month into winter and I'll be like, give me summer back. I'm sick of this cold shit.
Yeah. You know why as well? It's because we're kind of past event season.
Yeah.
We're kind of past event season. So all the things that you look forward to, whether that be the festivals, whether that be Christmas, New Year, all those things are done now.
I feel like summer's hard to get locked in, bro. That's how I feel like summer is so hard to just fucking be just in a grind. Because there's so much the weather just makes you feel like you are floating, bro. Whereas like in winter, it's like fucking... It's cold and miserable, bro. Like, let's just fucking be cold and miserable and hunker down and just grind.
Yeah, no facts.
I don't know. That's how it feels anyway. But
let's play this little game now because we did this last week and I found it very fun.
Yeah,
I did find it very fun.
We'll end the show with it because I got to piss.
Yeah, and also I've got work later at 4. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's rough.
Songs that were written by different artists. So first one, actually the first 3 are all the same, but first one. Selena Gomez, ready, when you're ready, come and get it.
When you're ready, come and get it.
Nah.
Great tune.
That was actually meant for Rihanna. So would that be better, worse, or the same? I'm going to say it would have been better.
I feel like with Rihanna, it would be better.
Especially in that era.
Actually,
I mean, Selena Gomez is
those type of
well.
songs, though, that popped off that type of style for Rihanna... were not really Rihanna songs. They were more like Calvin Harris songs or like they were a DJ song. Yeah, so she was just the lyrics. So if Calvin Harris, for example, was to be on that song with her, because I feel like Rihanna as the vocalist probably would have just ended up being the same. I don't know.
Okay. Sia's Chandelier was actually pitched to Rihanna first. So imagine if Rihanna had taken that song.
How's that song go? Yeah. Tune. Fuck, you just killed it, headphone users.
That's how that song goes. I think Rihanna definitely has the vocal ability to do that. Would it have been as big?
I feel like Sia would made that song.
Sia killed it?
Yeah.
So you reckon you reckon if Rihanna took it though, and you didn't know Sia's version, you reckon it would have been at least the same?
No.
No, you reckon it would have been worse if Rihanna took it? Okay.
I feel like just in terms of, I feel like Sia's voice is better than Rihanna's.
Okay. We Can't Stop by Miley Cyrus was meant for Rihanna as well. I reckon she would have killed it.
And we can't. Nah, that's a Miley Cyrus. That song would have been worse if Rihanna.
Really?
That one I'm 100% on.
Wow.
Bro, because Miley at the time was that fucking bad girl fucking like I'm a teenage problem type of era. Rihanna was not that. So when
she would have killed
that song is like iconic, it's like Wrecking Ball. No one could take Wrecking Ball and make it better than Miley Cyrus because Miley Cyrus was that character.
Yeah, I think We Can't Stop was literally just before she went. I mean, remember she went crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. I feel like
crazy. Bro.
That like because how much older is Rihanna than
Miley? Not much older.
Rihanna,
I would say
age,
not much older, bro.
She's 35.
Rihanna 35. She's looking bad. For
Miley
35.
would be like 30. Yeah, Miley's 31. So when was the song called?
We Can't Stop.
We Can't Stop release date. 2013. So that was 10 years ago. So she would have been 25 as opposed to
Miley's 21.
I feel like Miley at 21 is just like just a fucking. She was just fucked, bro. In terms of like that tits out and shit. Like
this one would have been very different. But Forget You by CeeLo Green.
I think we did this one.
No,
we did.
No, it was written by Bruno Mars.
Oh, Forget You was sung by CeeLo Green.
Yeah. So the Fuck You as well.
Yeah.
Fuck You. It was written by Bruno Mars, bro. It would have been a very different song. I reckon Bruno low-key would have made it sad, bro. Back in the day.
Yeah. I
reckon CeeLo makes it, bro.
Yeah, I think CeeLo made that song as big as it was. But the thing with like, who's CeeLo Green, bro? Like, was he?
Of course.
That's why I'm like, if Bruno's Bruno, and at that time he had like Grenade, so I probably would have ended up being about the same. But in saying that song, I don't think that song could get any bigger than it was. Because that shit's timeless, bro.
It was
put
massive.
That song on now. Fuck you.
Yeah, it was just, bro. Like he was just the perfect character for that song as well.
I feel like it would probably be worse with Bruno.
You reckon it'd be worse with Bruno? Massive statement.
I feel like Bruno wouldn't have given it up if he knew it wouldn't have been worse.
That's fair. Sometimes it just can't. Like I reckon Bruno saw what CeeLo could have done for it, and he was like, "I can't do this. Doesn't fit my character. You do this."
Well, I think that's what like a lot of artists run into. Like Charlie Puth, he writes for a lot of artists. He did.
I think Edward Sheeran.
Well, bro, so he wrote for Kid Laroi and Bieber. What song was that one? The fucking.
Don't know, bro.
You don't know the Bieber and Laroi song?
When I'm away from you, I miss your touch.
Yeah, that one.
I do the same thing.
And he wrote that for them.
Yeah.
And that song would not even be anywhere near as good if Charlie Puth was on that, as opposed to those two.
Yeah. I mean, Ed Sheeran, bro. We went over like little things last week that he wrote. Thing with Ed Sheeran is he's just got too many. He can't fit them all in.
Yeah.
So he has to dish them out because he would have killed all of them.
Yeah.
He would have killed all of them because he can just do anything. So I think like any song that Ed Sheeran wrote for a different artist, he could have fucking smashed it. But he's just like, fuck it. I've got plenty other bangers. You have them.
Yeah,
like,
well,
he still earns a bag from them.
Like I know a lot of Bieber's songs aren't even written by him.
Yeah. This is what I was gonna ask you as well. So you know Where the Wild Things Are by.
Yeah, I do know this. I know the name.
Yeah, what's the country boy? Lukey Combs.
Yeah.
So he actually didn't write that song. And when I first heard the song, I like knew the lyrics and everything like that. I'm like, fuck, what a story this is, bro. What an absolute story. If you go like listen to the song, watch the lyrics, you'll see like the story he's created. But he didn't write it. And then I'm like, oh, makes me feel some different type of way about it. I still love the song, but I'm like, the fact that you didn't write it doesn't seem as authentic now. But this happens all over the industry.
Everywhere, bro. It's crazy. Pretty sure they don't even pay for him anymore as well. I'm pretty sure like Justin Bieber, like he ain't paying fucking Ed Sheeran for the song. He would just write one for Ed Sheeran. Like they all just.
I feel like it depends who. Like some people still paying because
small artists do, yeah.
Because like I saw Luke Combs wanted it and another country artist wrote it. So the guy writing it was like, oh yeah, who the fuck's gonna pay more?
Oh
like,
yeah.
So
I mean, if you're a smaller artist, yeah. I mean, the big fucking A++ list celebrities, they just don't care about money, bro. Like Ed Sheeran goes, oh, I wrote this song. Like, do you want to give it a crack? Bieber's like, yeah, well, I actually wrote this one. You want to give this a crack? And they're like, fuck it. You have this, I'll have this. Boom.
Yeah.
But
anyway, that's going to do the show. Thank you all for tuning in. Another good one, in my opinion.
I need to piss so bad.
Do give us feedback. Do let us know your thoughts. Like, subscribe, rate the show 5 stars, and we'll see you back next week. We love you all.
Bye.